Alright, let's try this one now. Okay, so we got Chapeeka is the Portuguese, not Portuguese, Portuguese. And Brigadier is Italy, or it's my weird relative used to call him Italy, completely ignoring the vowel there. So, yeah, that should be good. Italy is definitely a very fascinating civ in Definitive Edition. They got obviously the cool mechanic with the Lombards, which if done correctly with the fast fortress and fast industrial can be a real powerhouse of resources. Otherwise, you know, it can be used on a smaller scale to boost things up. And definitely Italy's got a good variety of units, including their patriciers. They get a bunch of stuff out of their church as well, which they can use. Their cathedral is quite good. And yeah, also the architect, of course. This guy can build stuff for free, but if you want to build it at a faster rate, you do have to pay up some wood for him to do so. So, yep, he always saves you a bit of resources on wood if you use them wisely, which is quite nice. So make sure you're always taking advantage of them pretty much. And he can also chop wood as well, so even if he's not building, he can always be doing something. Portuguese, on the other hand, their big thing is getting free covered wagons when they age up, so they're the kings of map control. They can either play super defensive and have like a wall of town centers in their base, or they can run those town centers everywhere and basically cover the map with villagers. But the first card to send as Portuguese would be the Fitolias here, and what it does is it allows all your town centers to trickle food, wood, and gold. So yeah, it essentially gives them 3 different trickles. This one, and this one. And turning them all into like little mini factories churning out resources. So the further in the game you get, the bigger that trickle is going to get as you add more town centers. So let's see what the deck looks like. This looks pretty clear. It's going to be a straight up fast fortress. If this Portugal gets stuck in H2, I think it's pretty much fatal for him, honestly, from this type of a deck. All of his H2 cards are pretty much just upgrades, you know. You got your Gunpowder Infantry attack, Advanced Arsenal, and then you got your World Decree, which is mostly beneficial for boosting your food gather rate, as well as giving you some good you know, improvements like the ordnance units, as well as the tower and sword Black Riders, yeah. But H3 is where it all comes together. Cazador, Help, Dragoon, Organ Gun, and then Fort. And then if you somehow get into H4, you got Big Organ Shipment, Grape Shot for the organs, Order of Aviz for the Dragoons to get their range up really good. And then obviously this, and then the factories, yeah. So it's going to be the Portuguese gold probably to fight most of the game in H3 and 4. Since that means that they'll have their peak number of town centers, which would be 3 or 4, essentially. Most civs in AoE 3, you only get 3 town centers, but the Portuguese cheats a little bit. Because when they get their free covered wagon in H4, they end up essentially beefing up their town center build limit to 4, which is +1 over the normal, which is 3. I'm going to see if I have any water here for my throat. Fortunately, no. I should probably get some after this match. Just saying. Who knows how many matches we're going to have tonight. Yeah, definitely. Alright, covered wagon here is going to go down in this, which spot? Which spot are you going to go down in? Which area? Donde está? Donde está? Donde está? Looks to be going for map control with this one. Is he going to go on this hunt? Yeah, he's going to stick around that hunt. Very good choice. All you have to do is herd these guys into here, and you got yourself a good lifetime supply of food. Very nice. It's the one, I'm not going to say a good thing. Sometimes it's a very obnoxious thing to deal with when you're the enemy. The thing that the Portuguese do is basically just eat up the map. Make it impossible for you to get any sort of map control because they got a big town center there that they can easily fill with vills and turn it into a death trap at any second. So, gotta consider it that way. Now, what the Italy is going to do, because he knows he's dealing with the Portugal, he's going to say, you know what? I don't care. I don't care what you do. I'm going to build a ton of Lombards. I'm going to use my Lombard build order, and I'm going to essentially just destroy you with that. Yeah. See, he's got all the big boy cards. He's got his Florentine financiers. He's got his Lucan financiers. And then he's got his Genoese financiers. And even the Monte di Pieta that he's already sent. So he's going to get all the Lombards that he can get. And then he's going to then this. Basically in groups with each other. So that he can essentially bank up a ton of resources with those Lombards. And then he's got a ton of shipments that he can throw in. He's got the Bosniak Stradiad one, the Albanian company. He's got the Black company with Blackbriars and Armored Pistoliers. Falks. And then he's got a plethora of artillery in Age 4 that he can do. As well as the big Bersaglieri shipment as well, which are quite good. There really should be a mod for Definitive Edition to give the Bersaglieri their voice line from Wars of Liberty. Because I love that voice line a lot better than the one that they gave in this AoE 3. Yeah. Yeah. Probably the best voice lines in the whole mod, honestly. So yeah, that would be a good mod. Just change all of Italy's voice lines to Wars of Liberty ones. Which they could theoretically do, you know. I just don't know what they would use for them, basically. I'm assuming the ranger would be the Pavasier, the pikeman would still be the pikeman. Musketeer can use the one that the line infantry uses. The halberdier can either use the Almeti one or the one that the Alpini uses, and so forth and so forth. Or maybe they can get that one to this wave, who knows. Yep, it looks like both sides are in H3 now, and Portuguese is opening with a organ gun push on the tower there, with a protective shipment of halberdiers. And now it's going to be shipping in the dragoons as well as another defense for these organs, which will be quite good for that. That was good implementation of the organ guns there to beat out the Papal Guards. That was quite good because now that the Papal Guards are gone now the Italy base is slightly more exposed. But still, he's not going to win outright because the thing is, he lacks the army right now to take down this 2C at the moment, even at only 1,000 HP or so. He's going to get the Papal Bombards and just clean those up instantly. Yep, saw that coming. He's also going to start training Basiglieres as well. These guys, the guys that love to scream. The Basiglieres in Definitive Edition, I think they're actually theoretically better than the ones in Wars of Liberty, because in Wars of Liberty they're just like dragoons or whatever, which, you know, can be good in some situations, but here there's basically skirmishers that also have the benefit of using their trumpet to stun units after they kill something, so really a powerful unit that can do all sorts of things battlefield-wise, yeah. It looks like Italy ended up sending their own shipment of halberdiers in, looks like. 13 halberdiers, that's pretty big. So let's see how that ends up going here. What is Portugal's actual plan of dealing with this threat? Because they got culverins, so they're going to do that for the bombards, and I'm guessing they're, queuing up cazadores for the helps. Yeah, well, this TC is definitely in check right now. He might want to get his culves up there to, up. Can he get them out? You can't get them out in time. I like how I was going to try to snare him with the Dragoon there so the culves could hit him easier. Just looking at the geometry to see if he can escape. Yes, it looks like he can. So, luckily for Italy, they keep both of the Papal Bombards alive, which is really good for them. Yeah. Ooh, Italy has their own 3 culverin shipment to counteract theirs. Well, actually, Portugal actually had to train theirs, so they had to spend a pretty penny to get them. Whereas Italy, they were able to just ship them in, no problem.
Obrigado por teres pago o resgate.
Obviously, you don't want to press in too deep with culverins, otherwise your dragoons will take them out. You have to be a little bit careful there. Looks like the Portugal is also going to be going to Industrial Age now. That means that they'll get their 4th town center as well as Was it 1,000 coin with the tycoon? That's a pretty big lump sum there, actually, so they'll enjoy that. Yep, this TC I think is almost cooked. Yeah, so that gives something there. Cazador is right on top of the Signianis. Got splits. Obviously, you saw the stun animation right there. That's what makes versus better than regular skirms, is they're able to stun their opponents and thus give their army a bit of a slight edge. Ooh, Priest to heal up everything now. That's something we've only seen a few people do today. So, yeah, it's always good when you see healers being utilized, yeah. What do these guys cost? They cost about 100 gold. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. He also got a batch of the Papal Lancers. They're basically Meadows, but made through the Basilica. The Italians have access to as their big church building. Oh boy, that was a good volley from the Organ Guns. You see how he shredded his Brasiglianis there? Quite good. Quite solid, yeah. Comes the bursas right on top of the dragoons. Oh, those bombers have been doing. Ah, he lost them. Not good. Halberdiers got pressed now. It's now or never. Get through that bill and go right for the artillery, man. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can just use the Papals for that. Nice, nice, nice. Halberdiers will shred Cazadors, by the way. Halberdiers, never discount a Halberdier. They do some good hand attack. It's 36. That's like a veteran SR. So they could definitely pressure Cazadors, no problem. Especially since they sacrifice a lot of their hit points for Pierce Armor. So, yeah, no, that was a really good setup there for the Halberdiers. Yep. Another good volley for the Brigadiers with their upgrades and their trumpets to stun. Also, and these guys get a charge attack too, by the way, with the lances. They're quite powerful. They get their charge attack through the Papal Arsenal, which gives everybody a charge attack from the Basilica. Sling in another batch of Papal Lancers, it looks like. Those will be great against the infantry. And then you could just use the bursters against the dragoons. Here comes the arsenal card here. The Milanese arsenal. Makes all the arsenal techs 50% cheaper and allows you to get the advanced techs as well from it. And it actually ships you an arsenal too, so you don't have to pay for building it either, which is great. Oh boy, look at this. Look at these vills. Really caught off guard there. That's insane. They're not going to last very long in that direction. Nope, definitely not. Oh, a Barbary Corsair. Ooh. Went with the Revolt? Wow. Wow, went with the Revolt. Turned all its vills into Corsairs. Interesting. You don't always see Revolts, you know. That's quite a spicy addition, yeah. Basically it turns all of your villages into rods, pretty much. So they, you know, become anti-cavians. Then you get a plethora of new cards as well, like all these ones here, yeah. That was a pretty interesting one to say the least. I think Italy, in this situation, demonstrated how you're supposed to deal with a Portuguese situation. Instead of trying to, you know, get into their town center and risk all your troops and everything, just go for your alternative economic boom, which for Italy is the Lombards, and then boom up in your own way and then beat them out with your good troops. You know, Brigadiers, your papal units from the Basilica. Can't go wrong with the law of them, so I think Italy had the exact solution for the Portugal problem there, which I wish everybody, including me, had usually when I deal with them, yeah.